Welcome, friends. Today, we're doing another live stream. Yes. What is happening? It is me, once again. I have thrown you off with a slightly different time this time. I hope you are doing well. How are we? I am fantastic. I'm not that fantastic. I mean, I'm all right, you know. I am doing okay. There is one person watching. I hope you are well, especially you. Hope it's not me that's actually watching. Welcome, DJ. Welcome, Pulp Ephemeral. Welcome, everyone. Oh, it's Pradeep. It's Germs. How are you both? I thought I would do a live stream and then I was out. I was out, my friends. But now I am back. Hello, Oris. Hello, Dropout. Black Monday. Welcome to you. Music for a while for me. Music for a while by a considerable distance. I do not like synthetic jungle robes. I do not like it whatsoever, mate. It's like this kind of dry drain kind of smell. Dry, fecal, baked in the sun. Grim. Outrageous is okay, but it's not, I mean, I love the word outrageous. It's outrageous, isn't it? But music for a while has got that lavender. If you like Beau de Jour, it's got the same lavender as Beau de Jour in it. But it's got pineapple. But not like an Aventus pineapple. It's got pineapple and caramel in it, which makes it this kind of weird gourmand amber sort of thing. Like it's really weird. The pineapple and the lavender make you think this would be great for summer, and then the caramel comes in and makes you think this would be great for autumn and winter, you know? But I do actually like, it's probably my last favourite Frederick Malle, you know? I wouldn't say it was one of his great releases like Portrait of a Lady or French Lover, but I do like it. I do like it. The lavender in it's beautiful. It really is. I really like French Lover. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. I may go with music for a while since it's discontinued. Yes. And it'll be only get more expensive and harder to find. I always, my sort of, not rule, but like, my sort of theory is get the ones that are gone first because it's supply and demand, isn't it? They'll just get more expensive and harder to get. So get them first. I think I've got a backup of music for a while. Bizarre to me that stuff like Uncut Gem gets released and then stays and music for a while goes. But I don't have that kind of mass appealing taste. I'd be a useless Frederick Malle. You know, somebody in that line of work. What's that on my foot? Oh. I kind of want to go a little more crazy before it goes bad. Yes. Yeah. Pradeep's got all of them. And he loves them. And I mean, I don't love all of them because they're not my taste, but perfume for perfume, they're better than almost everything that's out now. You you know. There's hardly any niche house can touch them, never mind designer. Les and Demodabler are up there with Frederick Malle. Naomi Goodsir. Obviously Serge Luton, but I don't need to tell you that. If Creed hadn't shot the bed, I do like a lot of Creed fragrances, but they make it hard, don't they? They make it hard to like them. Let's have a look. Welcome DJ, welcome Paul Femo, Pradeep, Germs, Dropout, Oris, Black Monday. Good day, Rich. Because of you, I picked up Prada Amber Pour-On, made in Spain. It's bloody fantastic. Got to try Pavarotti. The made in Spain is the one to get because they were made by Puig or Antonio Puig, however you want to pronounce it. Puig, made in Spain. Then in I think beginning 2022, it went to L'Oreal. And oof, that is weak sauce. Lost. Like, L'Oreal are just the destroyer of perfume. Absolutely woeful. Evening, MJ. You were wearing Cologne Aficionado. Healy as well. I'm trying to decide on which. Pardon me. I'm trying to decide on which house to do next as far as my perfume first impression series is concerned. I'm going to do these ones from Saint-Celier, which are, I know the Larignons are in there. So I'm going to do Isabel. I thought it was Elizabeth, but it's Isabel Larignon. I'm going to do Milky Dragon. And I'm going to do Le Flacon de Johann K. I don't know who Johann K is or what he's doing with his flacon. But, you know. We'll have a sniff. And then Bangala Yazaman from Isabella Larignon. And then that's a niche joke. If you've watched Dude, Where's My Car? It's a vintage joke now, isn't it? Dude, Where's My Car? It's a good 20 years old, that, at least. What else do we have from Brooke? That's, I don't know what you are. SCI. I don't know what that is. And I have MX. Aha! This is the new MX. Right, we will do the Isabelle Larignon. And we will see how it is. And we'll do that tomorrow. So I must admit, I've already tried Milky Dragon, and it's interesting. It's a worthy composition. You know, I don't know that I like it. I mean, no, I do like it, but do I want to buy a bottle of it? They're not expensive. It's like a milky incense sort of thing. Imagine. I'm becoming a lot more appreciative of stuff that's different these days, just for being different's sake. You know what I mean? Like, I used to think that was like really, I used to think that was quite contrived, and I used to think it was quite like try hard. You know what I mean? I used to think like people, I was like, oh, I'm going to be different just for the sake of it. And now I'm like, no, it's a worthy pursuit in a lot of ways, because there's no plurality left. Everybody's making these heaving amber woods or clones of fragrances that have already worked. I'll tell. I watched Robes' video today. I enjoyed it. Buy both instead of Parfum de Marly. Yes, says Pradeep. Go. I gave Portrait of a Lady in the China, just prefers Rose de Jamal. Ooh. That's a tough comparison. That I'm not sure I could choose between. Although I do love Rose de Jamal. It's the mint. It's the mint in Rose de Jamal that makes it so good. It's got this fine ass mint at the top, and then it's got and then it's got an absolutely stunning rose. I think backups of that may be called for, you know, a few of those, because with the materials that Les and Demodable use and the stuff I've heard about, Ifra have got linalool in their sights, and if they get rid of linalool, they might as well ban perfume, because it's in fucking everything. It's in everything. Like geraniol and eugenol. I may go with music for a while. Good afternoon, Deluxe Lex. Jiro, you are wearing Bois Mysterio since the winter is back again. Bois Mysterio struggle with it simply because of the cumin. Cumin hates me. There's a lot of people it smells beautiful on. I had Persian saffron and I gave it to my mate and he sprayed it on. He was like, that's amazing. And I was like, my God, that is amazing. And then when I sprayed it on me, it smelled like I hadn't washed for a month. You know what I mean? It was so grim. I was just like, mate, take it. You are clearly the chosen one. Clearly I am the stinking one. It cannot be allowed to continue. Cumin's lovely on some people. It's like this creamy, smooth, warm, beautiful, tingly sort of thing. And on me, it smells like I've been doing hard labor and then died. You know what I mean? Kind of want to go a little more crazy. Nick S. I'm getting behind the comments already. Iris Poudre is beautiful. The vintage Iris Poudre is stunning. The modern one's a little bit ball gowny for me, a bit powdery. But the vintage one's absolutely glorious. There it is. It sits. I don't know what. You should go there because I think Vetiver Extraordinary is bang average. Iris Poudre. I should wear you more often. This is my old bottle. Excuse me. Jura Rose wants to wear Sal Goss. He wants to find himself some Sal Goss. If anybody has any Sal Goss, please get in touch with Jura Rose. Karine is the nose, and she's criminally underrated as a nose, in my opinion. She doesn't get the attention, even though she did. She does do quite a bit of media work, but there's an ASMR video that Amouage did with this really big ASMR channel, and she was on it. That was just her and someone else blending perfumes while he did like a voiceover on it. It was fucking interesting. It was an interesting watch. But oh, this Iris Poudre is fucking stunning. And the new one's awful. On me it is anyway. It's a big powder. I don't like that powdery iris. I like a smooth, crisp. Same with me lavender. Cool, smooth, crisp. I just put on some lipstick rose. Not on your lips, I hope. Spaced out. Here, buddy. If you want discontinued Mal, get Dries Van Noten Superstitious robes. Don't pay them silly prices for Dries Van Noten. It's a big crap. I still need to get Angelique. That Vetiver I still need to get as well. I think the Vetiver's bang average. I love Rich too, buddy, says Oris. Can you talk more about Goods, sir? I have never heard of them, says FI. Do you know what it is? Naomi Goods has got one of the only tuberose fragrances that I ever liked. And it was Jura Rose's fault. And I nearly bought it. I used to have Bois d'Assis as well. They're a really good house. Iris Cendra from these is a fucking gorgeous iris. It was made by Julian Raskin, I believe. Oh, it's so good. It's got that concrete, cool, smooth, waxy kind of vibe. You know, that really texturous, concrete thing that iris can have. And then it's got a bit of violet as well. And it just makes it a bit... I can't describe it any other way than a bit purple. You know what I mean? If you smell it, you'll know exactly what I mean. And it lasts all day. And it's beautiful. Iris Sandra smells like licking an ember. Yeah! Fuck off! That's absolutely outrageous. That's a brilliant, and it has that kind of, yes, it's got that creamy, weird, papery kind of thing, like L'Eau de Papier by Diptyque, which is very handily, just fallen over, which is very handily just there. You behave. How do you like Mars Vetiver? Not being at the top of my Vetiver list. I think it's plain. Loads of people swear by it as well. Loads of people are like, nah, it's fucking brilliant. I got an old bottle of Spiritus Double Vanille today, dark juice. I smelled that. Eugene sent me a sample of the vintage one, and it's gorgeous. Do I want to buy it, though? I don't know. It's a little boozy. Jura Rose is lurking and blending. He is bending in his bedroom. What you do in your bedroom is... This poudre smells Chanel-y. That's why I like it a lot. I just got a backup for Musk Ravageur, as my 50ml is getting thin. I wonder if you'll notice a difference between your bottle and a newer bottle that you've bought. No and then, says James. Could it be that we're all just saying it too dark and Frederick Mall will just be fine or unlikely? I think there's going to be changes. It's not going to be the same. Show me all of your Frederick Malls right now. All of them I might not be able to show you, but I can show you most of them. Right there. I have Iris Poudre. I have Mouzac for a while. French Lavar. Vetiver Extraordinaire. I bought all of these, by the way. Take no chills. I have Portrait of a Lady. Somewhere back there is Geranium Pour Monsieur, I promise. And then I've got the Night as well. I used to have... No, that's not true. I still have a Vintage Noir piece. And I have the Night, Geranium Pour... So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I had Promise and sold it. And I had the Moon and sold it. And they are all my Frederick Malls. And without causing geographic, topological destruction amongst my perfumes, which are in perfect symbiosis and balance, that is all I can show you at the minute. I fucking love Geranium Pour Monsieur. I don't know if you've got it, Mark, but it's fucking glorious. I'd be surprised if you didn't, because it's a distinctly minty perfume. What do we have here? You get back there. French Lover, you go there. I love French Lover. I've really come round to French Lover. Oh, no. Sorry, my lady. There's Portrait of a Lady. Got me Vintage Timbuktu back there. Not that that's a mall. If anybody in Britain is interested, I am selling this Venetia too. Creed's version of Vintage Shalimar. It's lovely, but it's a little bit... So Music has the biggest dent. Yes, Music has a fat dent. Portrait of a Lady has a fat dent as well, but not as fat as that. Geranium Pour Monsieur is probably not far behind Music for a while. Because I apply that really heavy. Because it's like a cologne type thing. It doesn't last very long. It doesn't last that long, but to be honest with you, I just love reapplying it. I wear it like a cologne. You missed on some interesting stuff that was not there in the Aldo sample set. Yeah, I know. It wasn't comprehensive, and I don't like it when houses do that. And you only get their curated choices, you know. I was talking to Ramsey today about the personalized YouTube notifications. You've got to switch them all on, or YouTube will decide what you get to see, and I don't want that. If I want to see something, I'll tell YouTube. I don't want YouTube to tell me what I want to see. Missed Ramsey's last 5 videos. Rich Mitch, Formula number 1. Welcome, Bob. How to be different these days? Be good. Well, yes. Rose might be completely banned at some point because of harmful stuff, says Pradeep. Yeah, we've got to get in there. Musgrave Azure and Bigarade Concentrate are my biggest dents. I also had Monsieur as well. I also had Monsieur, but I sold that. It was, the patchouli was a bit, I imagine you'd quite like that actually, Rose. But the patchouli was a bit screechy, scratchy. I might buy it again in future. I don't know, I come and go. I reviewed it and I was like, at the end of the review, I was like, I still don't know whether I like this or not. Tripler, I got your email today and I will reply as soon as I remember my manners. Sent today is Boundless by Amouage only because of the video requirement. Shot the unboxing today. Interesting. Sal Goss is nice, says Oris. I don't mind Iris Poudre either. Looks like I'm really behind on my mall. Just get one of each. You'll have quality perfume, if nothing else. You better not be missing mine, Rich. No, I don't. Strangely enough, I get all my notifications for you. But then I've been subscribed for like over 10 years. Amwataz Al-Shibli. I hope I've pronounced your name right, my friend. Welcome to you. Fave Summer Amouage. Maybe Dear Man. Maybe not at the height of summer, but summer, yes. Because it's got that kind of easy... It's very light and it comes and goes. It doesn't always be like, here I am. You know, it's not like a big fragrance. It's very classy, you know. If you want to smell, I've got to admit though that I'm not big into Amouage. I've only got 2 of them. You'd think I would be, because I like fat perfume that smells loads and is great, but I don't. So yeah. Looks like Mitch is wearing a Rolex. Rich is not. Rich is wearing his trusty Cartier Santos. Released in the same year as me, 1985. That's what year this watch dates to. I just love this watch. I've got a Rolex, which I'm just going to get rid of, I think, because it's all right, but I'd rather spend it on perfume, if I'm perfectly honest. I just wear this all the time, and I love it. It's dead understated. Hopefully nobody steals it. And I don't get stabbed for it, because I wouldn't just hand it over. But Rolex, as soon as somebody sees a Rolex or anything resembling a Rolex on your wrist, they're just like, I'll have that. Cheers, mate. In London, in Newcastle, I'm all right. I don't have a mall, but Iris Poudre will be my first. Then maybe Rosa Queer. I didn't like Rosa Queer. Ralph W. Are you Ralph Wiggum? I like my decant of Dear Man. I have a full bottle of Beach Hut Man for summer. Sunshine Man as well. I think I remember Robes doing a video on Sunshine Man. The one with the creamy... There was a creamy note in it. This was years ago. Was it Sunshine? But he reviewed it. He reviewed it in like 2017, 2018. I love Rose and Queer. Loads of people love Rose and Queer. But it smells like a Hermes Essence, which obviously makes sense because it's an Elena. But Elena does this thing for me, and he's a very good perfumer, right? And he's forgot more about perfume than I'll ever know. So, yes, well, welcome, young Wiggum. Elena does this thing where he takes 2 notes, right? And he just bolts them together. And sometimes it's brilliant. Vetiver Tonka is genius. Vetiver Tonka is brilliant. Terre de Hermes. Simplicity and the airiness and all of that thing. But in Rose and Queer, to me, it just doesn't work. The leather note feels like a flat pack leather. He hasn't made or built that leather. Rich knows his robes history quite. I am a robes historian. I was saying it yesterday as well, like loads of my taste and loads of my collections built on the foundation of Robes 08. And it's true. I have many people to thank. I was talking about all the Canadians. You know what I mean? I was talking about all the Canadians: Eugene, Christo, Robes, Cascade Scents, all of the good stuff. You know what I mean? Those others as well. But how do you like Mars Vetiver? Not being at the top of my Vetiver list. It's bang average. I don't overpay for that. It's just a good vetiver, you know. Guerlain's vetiver remains undefeated. It's still the best vetiver, 70 years on. Like, tried and tested, stood the test of time. It's outlasted fragrances which have sold many more bottles. Like, stuff that's gone the way of the dodo. 3 famous perfumes. Guerlain Vetiver's still there, you know. It's brilliant perfume. Take my present out as poudre, more powder, more better. It is poudre, smells Chanel-y, that's why I like it, Rich. I am lurking. I'm really behind. How's your wash? You using a bath bomb today? What? I don't go in the bath, I go in the shower. It's really hard for me to get out the bath with me back. So I get in the bath and I'm like, this is mint. And then I'm like, time to get out, and I'm like a fucking upside down turtle. What's your top 5 malls? Oh God. That's a video. I'm not revealing that in a stream. That's a video. My God, I'll get some views for that. Richard Lipstick Rose gets discontinued. Am I allowed to buy backups? Ooh. You're putting addendums onto the bet. It's not a bet, but it's... Oris Eros said that she shan't buy any more perfumes this year. Puckrick the Great. Yes, that's right. Katie Puckrick, one of the founding members of the YouTube fragrance community. Vetiver was made by a horny 22-year-old Guerlain for South American market. The people demand another Dura Rose and Duck stream. I demand it. I was telling them today. So music has the biggest dent. Yes. Pradeep, if they discontinue Therese, they will have committed the most gravest of sins. Still haven't tried that Dura. Do you prefer it to Femme? Panic buying in full effect. We knew this was going to happen. If you haven't bought it by now, don't buy it because you're panicking. Although, the other side of that, is that if they do discontinue it, the price will only go up from there. The price will only go up from there. Musgrave and Bigarade Concentrate have my biggest dents. Bigarade Concentrate I can understand because it's like a cologne sort of thing. You just pour that stuff on. Excuse me. Not a fan of Monsieur. That's the one I'll back up before Loda nukes it. And no other piece I like the most. Maul looks sick in the latest videos. Hope he's doing well. There was a video I saw today for the... I worry about that as well, I must admit. Kid Kentucky, how are you? Joe Nathan, how are you? I worry that he's not well. I really do. I know Neela Vermeer. I hope I'm not revealing anything that's not already public information, but I know she's not very well. Like, I don't want to say gravely ill, but she's really not very well. She's taking it one day at a time, was the quote that I heard. Anyway, so if you're a fan of Neela Vermeer, tell her that you think she's great now. Which would be tragic because her perfumes are fabulous. They just weren't for me, but they're really good. Yes, I'm a big fan also. Pradeep just wore it recently. I like Lyric Man a lot. Looks like Mitch is wearing a Rolex. Filippo Sorcinelli is my favourite house at the minute. Filippo Sorcinelli is a fantastic house. It really is very much worth trying. Dura Rose put me onto those, and I thought they were fantastic. How is Marc-Antoine Tillier? Shite. I really don't like the Marc-Antoine Bauer. I appreciate it for the fact that it's different from everything else, but it's actually the Ganymede's the perfume that's making the weather at the minute. You know? Ganymede's the perfume that everybody's trying to copy now. And it's, I mean, that Rendezvous that I smelled, made by Antoine Lee, gunpowder and rhubarb at the top, smacked of Ganymede. Really, really big overtones of Ganymede. And that was, to me, I don't appreciate it because it's different and it's good, but I don't like the smell of it. I don't like that fucking, like, that metallic Chernobyl radiation taste kind of thing. If you listen to the people who survived the Chernobyl thing, they all got this metallic taste in their mouth. That's kind of what I get from them Marc-Antoine Barrois, the Chernobyl metallic interference. It smells like white noise. What do you think about Lone Star Memories? I love it. I absolutely love Lone Star Memories. I've got Lonesome Rider as well, which is also fucking immense, and you can't find it anymore. I got the last bottle in Europe, so I'm led to believe. Bought it off Zhao's friend Ricardo from Embassy Perfumes in Portugal. Really good lad. So if you're in Europe, well, he doesn't ship to the UK anymore because Brexit's a bastard. For perfume, it was a bastard. I don't want to get political because this is Fragrance Livestream. But perfume for a perfumista living in Britain, Brexit was a hammer blow. You know, it was a right pain. I love Rosewood. Sunshine Man is fire, creamy, and hotel and lavender, says Chuck. I keep meaning to sample Papillon, Adore Dryad. Welcome, Sephiroth. How can you suggest your top perfumes with synthetic musk as a top note? Sephiroth, I'm going to have to let you down because no. I can suggest one for you. This. Kiehl's Original Musk. Speaking of Cascade scents, Kiehl's Original Musk. I bought this because he raved about it, and it really is very nice. On Richie G, all right. On Richie G, it's got a rum note. So I can suggest this to you as a big musk. It's that time of the stream, friends, where I say, if you would like to like the stream, it would be greatly appreciated, and I would not hold it against you. Thank you. The new Search from Amber Wash smells a bit designery, but nice elemi and cade oil and last long for summer. Poivre Samarkand is pepper and tons of ISOE super. Robes your doppelganger as modelling for USPS posters. Oh, hello, for some reason stream was muted in the background. Welcome back, DJ. Don't forget the Queen Katie P. Yes, Katie Puckrick. Absolutely the founder. She would go on the Mount Rushmore of YouTube. The Half Moon of Enchanted Forest. Beautiful perfume. Hello, Merchant. Good evening, all. Welcome, Kid Kentucky, most concise fragrance reviewer of all time. All our videos were like 5 minutes, if that. And they were all great. You know what I mean? Brevity was the soul of wit. Just, you know? If she'd kept going, she'd have like 100, 200, 400, 500,000 subscribers now. She just got it. I feel like that was permission. It was not. It was, I'll think about it. Is the Creator Russi extrait any good? Yes, if you decant it and spray it. I got when you dab it, right? When you dab the Chanel exclusives that do nothing. If you Tim Wilcox very kindly sent me a Coromandel Pure Parfum in a sprayer, and it's a different animal. It's beautiful. So there's a Sycamore Pure Perfume and there's a Coromandel Pure Perfume that I would consider, but I would have to decant them. I'd have to. Because if you dab them on, you get nowhere. You're wasting your money. Landon Hoffman, welcome to you. Thank you for joining. I will come to your question about carnal flower in a minute, although I'm not a carnal flower expert, because it's not one of my favourites, but there is an Eris that you may enjoy. And I can't remember what the bloody name of it is. If you give us a minute, I'll come to you. I'm trying to get through this chat. So no more Initio and Parfum de Marley on my channel for a bit now, says Robes. Marvellous. I bet you're relieved of that. I went through 2 bottles of that version of Girl on Vetiver. Yeah. You know what? I never got a bottle of Lyric Man. Is Lyric Man the purpley one? Mr. North. Mr. North, I decant the Chanel extras. Absolutely. If North does it, it must be true. I would decant them as well, I must admit. That would completely different experience. Absolutely. And welcome, Mr. North. Thank you for joining us. Got a bottle of Lyric Woman instead. It's much better, says Peter Kokora. The wise words of Peter. RDV is better than Ganymede. What's RDV? What do you think about Towers Lone Star Memories? It's beautiful. I love it. It's amazing. Welcome, Galfar. I never understand the love for Vetiver. It's nice, but nothing special compared to Jean-Paul Guerlain's best. It just does so much. Oh, it's so good. That little bit of tobacco and that little bit of something, just a little bit like a sharpness, like a pinprick at the top. Brilliant. Like the stream, friends, says Dropout. Got a metallic taste from Hermes H. Go with it. Yeah, I don't like H24 either. It's horrible. It's got this metallic greenness. You're not on Synthetic Jungle? No, I don't like it. Smells like a dried up house drain. You know, and there hasn't been any rain for like weeks, and the drains dry out, and there's still like a turd lurking within. That's kind of what Synthetic Jungle smells to me like. Dead algae and dried out turd. Hello, Galfar. Quack, therefore I haul, says Piroli. Quite. Rich Hiram Green's Vetiver is really worth a sniff. Rich's Vetiver around. Hiram Green. Is he the one that did Hyde? That is awful. So awful. I really don't like that stuff. Yikes. I see the little half moon of Enchanted Forest in the corner there. What a perfume that is. What is Duchefort up to now? Good question. Enchanted Forest's magnificent. Is Duchefort up to much? I don't know. Hell of a career he's had. I might wear that. I don't know whether this is spring and summer or autumn. Like deepest autumn, because it's like fruit of the forest. Like a dark forest. You know? An enchanted forest, if you will. Oh, gorgeous this. Have you smelled the rest of them? Has anybody smelled the rest of the Vagabond Prince line? They're absolutely awful. They are fucking lifting. I'll hide behind you, says Stripler. I like the ironing note in H24. If I can't find some good used carnal flour, any recommendations? Anybody, any recommendations for an alternative to carnal flour? Hello, PK. You are wearing vintage Girl on Vetiver. Rich, I think we are saying that I can back up things already in my collection as there are a very compelling reason to do so, but nothing new. That might not be a bad... Maybe I'll think about it. We'll think about it, shall we? Beige Pure perfume is amazing. Do you decant it, though, and spray it? Kayla Rusi smells like a rich woman from Paris pissed on me. Yikes. Some people will pay a lot of money for that. Tim Onson, how are you? Dark red. 15 mil, what's that, a decant? Yeah. Chuck, you on Synthetic Jungle. But compared to Derby, Samsara, Ode a Girl on. Yeah. No, I just think Girl on's right there. What's it called, man? Vetiver's right up there with those, in my opinion. It's absolutely fabulous. Also, I need to try that Else perfume on my radar for a while now. It's been a finalist. Synthetic jungle sounds like it should be £20 at max. Evening, Dushan. Jonathan says, Hyde is wonderful. How dare you? I do dare. What's Hyde? That's my last name. Should I buy it, says Chuck? No. Sample at best. Carnal flower is brilliant, says Pradeep. Chuck, smoky, challenging leather from Hiram Green. I love it. Thank you, Lord Perfume, for considering my humble request. Yeah. Girl on Vetiver is fantastic. I like it better than Sycamore and Encre Noir and many other Vetiver fragrances. Yeah, I think it beats out Sycamore. It definitely beats out Encre Noir, but Encre, you've got to remember, Encre Noir is like 20 quid. It's an outrageously cheap perfume. It's so much perfume for so little money. And it's so good. It's so good. Isoe Super and Vetiver, essentially. Which, I mean, it's better than that, obviously, but it's like... I remember the first time that I saw the retail price for Encre Noir. It was an eye-opening experience. It was like 120 quid. It was like 105, but I imagine it's closer to 120, 125 now, considering you can get it at discounters for like a fifth of that, you know? Crazy. Thank you, Lord Perfume, for considering my humble request. I love the juicy fruit gum thing going on in Carnal Flower, says Peter. I don't spend a lot of time with Carnal Flower. It's really dark. The juice is really dark compared to... the juice is really dark compared to... What's it compared to? The rest of the Marl line. Like really dark, like dehydrated piss. I love my Lubon Clear de Russie, but it's very uncompromising. Definitely not messing about, says Nick. Comme de Garçon Vetiver Cologne is pretty good, says Prodi. Beginner here, but doesn't being cheap mean the Vetiver is synthetic? Not that it doesn't smell, just cute, it just smells good. Not necessarily, because Vetiver is one of the cheapest oils you can get. So you can do a lot with Vetiver, you know, and a lot of amalgamation goes on. So you will find that there isn't... So what will happen is, say you get Vetiver from Haiti, right? And on one side of the mountain gets more sunlight. So the Vetiver's stronger. And on the other side of the mountain, it's not as strong. What they'll do is that they'll take the Vetiver from all over the mountain and mix it all together and make one kind of oil, you know. So I think what you need to remember is, as well, is that any bottle of perfume, when it's made on a large scale, will cost you pennies if you make it on a large scale. So Encre Noir is made by a house like Lalique, which is a big house. They must make thousands of bottles, and it's not got expensive musk in it. It's not got like Vetiver is not scarce, you know. So we're being overpriced. We're being overcharged for perfumes, as it is at retail anyway. So that was the joy of designers. You'd get them much more akin to what they were actually worth. And then the designers started getting sued left, right, and centre. So fucking became a big problem, that. Music for a while on holiday on summer would make you smell like you spilled tin pineapples on yourself. Yes, it's definitely got that tin pineapples. It's definitely got that tin pineapple spilled on a workbench, on like a kitchen bench, dried out sort of thing going on. Most of the Lalique made their way to the drugstore all over $100. No, I ordered a fragrance from this wise guy in Las Vegas. OG Gabriel can't wait to try it. He launched his own brand, says like, outrageous. I'll tell you now, this Encre Noir likely uses synthetic Vetiver despite Vetiver being cheap, says DJ. I didn't know there was a synthetic Vetiver. I didn't think the I didn't think they even made synthetic vetivers. That's amazing to know. I'm so glad I asked. Thank you. I think Girl on Vetiver was a reference, to be sure, maybe hearsay, but I don't think it's the... Maybe heresy, but I don't think it's the end-all, be-all. I think people romanticize it standing amongst other vetivers. I just don't see anything better than it. Somebody wants to come at us with better vetivers. Like, people say Timbuktu. Timbuktu smells a lot more synthetic to me than Encre Noir. It's interesting. I just fucking love this. I don't wear it enough. I do not wear this enough. It's very, very clean and fresh, and yet it's got some substance to it. It's got some grown-upness to it, you know? Oh my God, I can't believe you guys don't love Lipstick Rose. Every time I wear it, I can't believe how wonderful it is, says Oris. Music for a while is fall for me. Yes, Encre Noir was good for an hour, says Dropout. Sultan Vetiver, I had to sell that. If somebody hadn't bought it, I would have had to have fired it into the sun. It starts out absolutely incredibly. The first 15-20 minutes are stunning, and then it just turns into this amber wood monstrosity, and that's what it dries down to. The vetiver dies, it's blown away by the amber wood, and that's just where it stays. It's it's shame. It's a shame. It's a huge shame. It really is. You're not a Sultan Vetiver fan? I'm not. I am not, unfortunately. There is no synth vetiver, only fractional distillation of the natural called vetiveryl acetate, if I remember correctly, says Giro. Music for a while is sweet to you, Bob, says Dushan. Habit Rouge is the only Jean-Paul Guerlain I can't stand. Literally makes me wretch. I don't like Habit Rouge either. It's just, there's something wrong with it. There's something that I just don't... I don't like that lemon. I don't like the powdery lavender vanilla Guerlainade thing. It just jars and makes me feel a bit sick, you know. And the bottle of Vetiver, Guerlain Vetiver I'm wearing has a makeup feel to it too, floral as well. There might be some iris in it. And it Goutal Vetiver, too dark, smoky, tarry. Grey Vetiver by Tom Ford, I love that. Oof. What's going on, Richie G? Oh my God, I've got so many messages. Sorry, I'm just replying to messages lest I be extremely rude. Except I'm being rude to the people watching. Apologies. Sam Mace has a good channel for materials and DIY videos. Great video, says Spaced Out. I have to leave in 10 minutes, says Oris. Anyone looking to sell? Beach Hut Man, says Antonio Hobson. Hermes has many great vetivers, says Proddy. There's something wrong with it. Couldn't agree more, says Nick. I wouldn't drink Timbuktu. Love it so much. Speaking of Hiram Green, that's a nice vetiver. I really like Zenya's Haitian vetiver EDT. That Zenya line was really nice too. That Zenya line was actually really nice, and they turned it to they basically Chanel'd it. They turned it from EDTs, which were fantastic, to EDPs, which aren't as delicate or intricate, you know. They're not as good. This Kiehl's Original Musk, by the way, is cheap as chips. A 50ml bottle for like 50 quid at retail. Well worth it. Well worth it. You can see I've put a little bit of a dent in it. You didn't reply to my message and you're ignoring me in the chat. So you're ignoring me in two places. It's a skill. The same men can't do two things at once, and yet here we are, you know? James, you're going to make me go down the Virginia rabbit hole. I'm already several rabbit holes at the minute. He's got a leg and a hand in every different rabbit hole that there is. How is Xenia Madras cardamom? Pass. I'm smelled it. No one mentions carven vetiver. I've got a carven vetiver somewhere. I just don't know. Maybe it's a sample. I can't remember. Carven vetiver was a big, like, successful perfume back in the day. You know, Bellamy vetiver. I saw that in the store the other day. I was quite surprised to see it. What are these marks? There are marks on my trousers. Where have they come from? Oh! Bellamy vetiver is the best leather sheepra from 2013. Habit Rouge is so sweet, I don't like it. No one mentions carbon vetiver. Bobby, I have a phone call, so can't push the timeline today, says Horace. I have Monsieur Lanvin vetiver gathering dust. That's meant to be quite nice as well, isn't it? Carvan, good stuff. Xenia is a rabbit hole worth exploring, says Drevan. He's talking to a news today. He has some number 19 and vintage 19 and Cristal that I am extremely interested in owning. I got my number 19. No, I got my vintage Cristal Eau de Toilette here. It's not number 19. It's fucking Cristal. I thought that was number 19, but it's not. It's vintage Eau de Toilette Cristal. And it is lovely. Perfect for the spring. Friends, I must dehydrate. I will be back in 2 minutes. Please enjoy yourselves. Jonathan is in charge, and I wouldn't mess with him if I were you. Like the stream if you are into liking streams, and I'll be back soon. Good grief. Oh. I have returned. I'm back, and it still smells of fucking petrol in here. That's not ideal. Oh, excuse me. I have returned. Where is the chat? The chat is not available to me. Aha! Excuse me whilst I hydrate. If anyone wants to try a unique style that's vetiver heavy, I recommend Vert by Clandestine Laboratories. Number 18 doesn't seem to get much love, but it's a beauty, says Peter Kokora. Massive oak moss in my Crystal EDT 19mm mini. Can't wait for summer to wear it, says Nick. But youthful, I've grown to really like Vetiver Extreme. John, have you tried any from the Zenza line? Bobby will be messaging me tonight. I'm not worried. Alright, I'm well experienced to what you were going through. Ignore him back. For at least 7 days he rolls over like a puppy, says Bob. Rich never leaves me in charge because if he did, I would make you all talk about your feelings, says Horace. Nobody wants to talk about their feelings. It hurts too much. I'd rather talk about perfume, which never hurts at all. I know he's supposedly working on international shipping, but if you want an assist, I'd be happy to be a middleman, says Noah. What about? How to purchase clandestine laboratories this side of the Atlantic, though, says Trevan. And he thinks he's watching that Arsenal-Chelsea match. No, Arsenal spanked them. Chelsea are in a bad way. Just bought a vintage travel-size Jardin de Bagatelle in person, says A. Richard, you eat your sweets today? No, but I will tell you what I do have for my treat. I have a tiny Freddo. 25 pence. Disgusting. I remember when these were 10 pence. It's a tiny chocolate frog. Perfect. I've actually really not eating much sweets anymore at all. Me fucking appetite's gone through the floor. I'm fucking buzzing. North. Mr. North has just dropped a video. 10 fragrances for life. I shall be watching that at the stream. DJ, it's my favourite house at the moment. I have 5 bottles with several more on the way, says Noah. I want to try clandestine, says DJ. First event this batch had ambergris from Wales that Olivia killed with his own hands, says Spaced Out. Like that Indemidable Vetiver Cologne, quite nice, says PK. Yeah, it's really nice. What in the world? Is that a chocolate frog? It is, Lane, it is. It's a tiny chocolate frog. It's just the right amount of chocolate. It's not too much. It's not too little. Get it down in a couple of bites or more if you've got a little nibble, you know. But yeah. Oh, this vintage crystal's fucking cedar, clear bouquet apparently. Jasmine, jonquil, moss of wood, so oak moss, modern, active, and fresh. It is a little jasmine-y, but it's not offensively jasmine to me. And it does have that kind of fresh, floral kind of thing going on, which it's not shit, you know? It's not shit. I think the Eau de Parfum has more of a irisy kind of thing. Welcome, Micah. Where is it? Where's the Eau de Parfum? Where is the Eau de Parfum? Oh. I've misplaced it. Where is it? Oh. Well, that's pissed on me chips a bit. We been tall. Oh, there it is. Hiding behind my vintage Mitsuko. Oh no. It fell over. But now it's back. Eau de Parfum. Cristal. Beautiful. This one's more irisy. I'm going to put some on. Just a little bit. That's irisy. Oh, I think I prefer the Parfum. I'll tell you what's an underrated spring and summer banger. Absolutely, this fragrance slaps. And I've got loads of it and I probably want more. You cannot go wrong with this. Arden for Men Sandalwood Cologne. Massively underrated. Beautiful perfume, that. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. You can find this out there. I think Anuja's still got some of the vintage ones. I don't know that there is any actual bottles of this that aren't vintage, to be fair. I'm itchy. An itchy ear. No, I've been waiting for them to start shipping to the UK to try. Earthy Moss Dry. Great antidote to music for a while, in my opinion. Nick. Boy, that's totally different, folks. I'm on the lookout for a vintage body chorus. Aha! Somebody mentioned it, so I will speak on it. My scent of the day is vintage body chorus. I think Anuja's got some, but I don't know that. It would be worth getting in touch with him. Oh, Crystal's fucking filth. It's a bit like a vintage. It's a more vintagey French Lover. It's a vintage French Lover type perfume. But yes, I wore Body Chorus today. I was going to sell this, and now I'm not. Slightly ambery, benzoin. So benzoin for me does this thing where it becomes too vanillic and too creamy and too resinous, and the eucalyptus in this prevents that, and the incense as well, to be fair. It feels like all the other notes are just like playing a tug of war with the benzoin, and it provides this kind of balance. It provides this kind of stasis in the fragrance that stops it seeping over into this kind of, I don't want to use the word common, but like this overused generic trope of benzoin, where it just becomes this boring vanilla, everyday, bland kind of thing. It's really changed my mind on it, like, and I'm considering another one, like, but I don't know if Anuja's got one. I'll say one thing, the modern bottles of this aren't bad. Kering actually do an all right job with their reformulations, as well as the can. I'll give them that. Yeah, they do an all right job. This reminds me a little bit of that kind of. I don't want to use the word musky, but musky kind of Santos de Cartier kind of thing, like a creamy. The Santos de Cartier's got this kind of creamy, fresh 70s musky sort of thing. Like, I don't know why, but I get a similar vibe between Body Chorus and Santos. I tried that out, and I forgot loads of love on bass notes and hated it, unfortunately, says Nick. That's a shame. No, I'd fancy some clandestine laboratories pool boy for the summer, I think, without having a chance to sniff it. How do you like pool boy? Lovely honeysuckle, says Nick. I want to drink Osmanth Yunnan on a hot summer day. Ooh, I don't like it. Jonathan's left a big voice note. I will be looking forward to that. That and North's new video. And we'll listen to them after the stream. Itching for a scritching. Oh. Itching for a rich mitchin. That's what you are. Tomorrow I will do a video on those Isabel Ladignons. And then I will embark upon either 80s de Venustus, Healy, Schwarzlosser, or one of the other sample sets I've got. Maybe the Eugene ones that he sent me. I don't know. I feel like I've been putting it off 80s de Venustus for ages, but I want a sample of Cafe Tabac. Where are you? I tried that hard, and after I got loads of love on base notes, Drewan Pool Boy was my first bottle. It's a great summer scent, fruity, fresh, aquatic, with a great animalic, musky base. Body Kouros is the true compliment maggot. Girls love it. Oh, I shall have to try that. I sprayed on loads. I'll say something, though. That vintage bottle, the sprayers are shit. They're fucking shit. The newer bottles are much better, but the vintage bottles, this sprayer is absolutely woeful. And it really can affect your experience of a fragrance if you're one of those people who loves to just spray away. Spraying is part of the experience for me. Excuse me. Spraying's part of the overall experience. That's why Dior are so satisfying to put on. Their sprayers are mint. They're fucking mint. Creed are satisfying. Hermes, Cartier less so. Amouage aren't great, not for me. Les Indomptables are quite good. I can't remember what Eugene's are like off the top of my head. But yeah, Dior, woof. Dior's a really good experience to spray. They just feel like get on me, you know. Top 10 fragrances from countries that don't exist anymore, says A. Yes, we've done that before. West German perfumes. Balenciaga Hohang Club. That is absolutely immense. There's another one as well. Mode Creation Munich. Or München, if you will. Oh. Body Kouros is a true compliment magnet. I like super resinous benzoin. Givenchy Pie had a gorgeous one in the early batches with a bit of aging. Try that Rendezvous, Nick. Go to Saint-Celier and ask if you can either buy a sample or if you are feeling blind buy-ish, buy one. It's rhubarb and gunpowder, so it's like a metallic, sharp, tart thing at the top, a bit like Ganymede, and then it dries down to this really soft, goopy, vanillic, lovely to be fair, but just not the type of thing that I want to wear. To be honest with you. It's nice though. It's good. Like it's worthy. It's not like some shitty, bland designer niche perfume. Most certainly worth checking out. Le Troisième de Homme Caron. Is it a good fragrance? It is a good fragrance. It is. Rich, can't wait till you try Bois d'Harmonie. It's another piece of the Annick Minardo puzzle. She's fabulous. She's an amazing perfumer. Why hasn't she got a fucking in-house perfumer job? Maybe she doesn't want one. I would certainly interview her. If I set up a house, say if I won the lottery, I won like 100 million, and I was like, fuck it. I'm setting up a perfume house. And I want to use all the finest materials, and I want someone to build a brand aesthetic. I would invite Annick Minardo. Annick Minardo would be like first on the list. So, I don't know who else I would. Though. Interesting. It's an interesting question, that, actually. Julien Rasconier, but I would ban him from using Amberwoods. Oh, Cristello de Toilette's beautiful. Summer. Gorgeous. Spring, summer. I've been ripping through my decant of Bois d'Harmonie All the Bois d'Harmonie hype train says Paroli. Oh, God, is that what's happening, is it? This is how hype starts. Top 10 fragrances from countries that don't exist anymore has tickled me. Welcome, A. Mike, are the original Vetiveru or the Vetiveru 2? I still think one of the best names I've ever heard for a perfume is Bervuvu. Sensational name for a perfume. Probably any true Monado fanboy has to try it. I'd be interested to try the Yataghan also, but Life of American Pie, I really miss his channel. He gave it a bad review, but I like vintage stuff. Try it. Yeah, I miss American Pie Lights Out. Yeah, I miss him as well. He's a good lad. He showed up yesterday. Well, that was nice to see. You could always bring Demaché out of retirement, right? Yeah, I could, but I wouldn't. That's the older bottle of Body Chorus. They have many at the place by my house, says Justin. It's quite nice. Sorry, my phone took a crap on me. I'm on that table, thanks. It's Justin. Welcome, mate. That's the older bottle of Body Chorus. Yes, it is. Yataghan is lovely, but I slightly prefer Phileas. It's spicy. I've got a couple of vintages, and it's a spicy little number. You know? Peppery, spicy, type of thing that makes you sneeze when you smell it. You know? It's got that sneeziness. Sneezy like Sunday morning. Smells like wet tree in the woods with fungus. What, Bervuvu? I think I've tried Bervuvu. You guys talking about Yataghan? That's a masterpiece, says Justin Hype. I don't know how I feel about it. Roman Sheremetsky. Ski. Welcome to you, Roman. I hope you are well. Thank you for joining us. Hello. What do you think about Dior Homme Original, Intense, and Parfum? Which is your most favourite and why? Ooh. Well, I have the 2005. I've got backups of this, so don't worry. This is my 2005 with the silver stem, what they call it, and this is my favourite. It's the original, and it's very light and it's intricate, but it's got that bit of heft from the cocoa and the iris and the leather. I like the original. I like the Intense, but I don't like the Parfum. Parfum feels clumsy. It feels overbearing. It just feels a bit wrong. It doesn't feel in keeping with the fragrance, you know. The 2011 version of the 2011 version of the Dior Homme is also amazing, and I do love it, but I feel it's more ambery. I feel it's thicker. I feel there's a bigger slug of iris in it. And I feel it's more autumn and wintry. My favourite is this one, but I do like the other versions. I just don't like the Parfum. Too big, too heavy, too fat. I hope that helps. Oh. Dura Rose. Just got in an obscure flanker called Black Diamond from Canali. This house keeps surprising me. What's Dura Rose saying? Opium Pour On is the perfect weekend night scent. It really lives up to that narcotic opium kind of vibe, doesn't it? It really is a very cloudy, billowy, thick, sweet, rich, slightly sickly thing. It's beautiful. I love it, but you've got to be careful how much you put on. Hello, Silver Panther. I hope you are well as well. Rich, if you can listen carefully, you can hear Sheldrake crying for not including him. Well, I don't... I think you'd make more money with Anik Minardo, if I'm being totally honest. But would you make more of the perfumes you would want with Christopher Sheldrake? I would go with Christopher Sheldrake. But what I would do is, if I had my perfumer, I'd give them almost total creative freedom. You know? I'd still want perfumes. I mean, I'd want some input as just as a laugh, just for fun. You know, I'd want to be included in the process, but I wouldn't go around telling them what to do as far as perfume's concerned. You know, I would give the perfumer the final say. Yeah, I don't know. Be difficult. I didn't say that I wouldn't include him, though. But I would definitely include Anik Minardo if I was going to start a brand. Have you seen that Heidi Sliman's left Celine? Heidi Sliman's left Celine. It was sent to me today. I can't remember who sent me that. DHP is awful. I said it, says Paroli. I don't think it's awful, but I tend to agree with you more than disagree with you. Original DHI is my favourite. Got that smartly dressed metrosexual vibe. It's very it's very mid-2000s, isn't it? You know? Still bending, says Jura. Dior Homme or Dior Homme Intense is all you need. Heidi would never give DHP a green light. Yeah, it's too rich. It's too much. Big fat slug of leather in it. Not for me. Koros is dog walker. It's dog. Nick Water says Koros is dog walker. Sebastian always hyped Parfum. Not sure why. It's too heavy for me as well. Thanks, says Roman. No problem, Roman. Because he gets money and freebies, says DJ. It is, Jonathan. It's amazing. It used to cost like $8 in the 80s and 90s at the drugstore. Adidas, I mean, says Justin. Dior Joy is the best Dior, says Jura. Very original. Fahrenheit for me. But that's it's a personal choice. I mean, fuck me, Fahrenheit's some perfume, you know. I mean, it really is. It really, really is. DHI's perfection considerably better than the pre and post. The pre and post what? Almost total creative freedom. No lemon, says Paroli. I would definitely have something to say about a bit of lemon. Because I'd want to be able to wear my own perfumes, you know? But it would depend on the perfumer. If the perfumer said, look, this is integral to the fucking composition, I'd rather use bergamot. Mandarin. Mandarin is my favourite citrus. That's the one I would use. Dior lemon. No. Missed Your Original is nice, says Dropout. Eau Sauvage. Eau Sauvage is sensational. Antoine Lee keeps saying that Oak Moss is dead. It's already gone. I'm really enjoying handling this bottle of Body Coros. It's lovely. It's beautiful. It's got that freshness from the eucalyptus, but it's not citrus fresh, you know? And then it's got this kind of ambery, slightly peppery, slightly sweet, but not sickly sweet. It's beautiful. It's amazing. It's brilliant how she's done it. And then to think, like 4 years later, she made Bois d'Argent, which is one of the best perfumes of the century. Absolutely. Beautiful stuff. Found a bottle of Memoir d'un Odeur. Found a bottle of Memoir d'un Odeur today. Love the chamomile. I like a chamomile as well. I didn't think I did like chamomile, and then I got a diptyque chamomile candle, and I was like, fuck me, this is beautiful. It's just lovely. Sweet, beautiful, amazing, like you, Rich, says Jura. Yeah. The place by my house has Body Koros in that same bottle with a skinny part at the bottom. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Go and smell it. Spaced Out says, I always want to make any Alec Minardo scent my signature. Says a lot. I don't have to think about it. She did Jai Poporam as well. Zhao! Everybody! How's Zhao? We'll have to get Zhao on the stream one day. Zhao and Jura Rose. That'd be a good conversation. I'm going to smell it next time I'm there. Let us know what you find. Let us know what you find. I drink a lot of chamomile tea, says Jura. Does it keep you calm? Man, I really want to smell Else from FDO. What's that? Licorice and Perming tea is my favourite, says DJ. Rich and the 2Js. That would be brilliant. It would be brilliant. I think we'd have a great conversation. I have to try that Duchamp, says Kid Kentucky. Zhao Rose. Yes, calm enough to get through your voice notes. My voice notes are very aggravating. They're not. They're just very, they're very wistful. They're very kind of, they move around a lot, don't the Jura Rose? They do lots of different things. I love Fougere Royale's chamomile note. Fougere Royale's really nice. You've got to get it at the right price, though, because they charge a lot for it in some cases. The pure perfume or the eau de parfum, whichever one, I don't know. Jura Rose is texting me and commenting on the stream. My cup runneth over. I love Fougere Royale's chamomile. Let's just check the prices of Fougere Royale, shall we? Where are you, Fougere Royale? You can get one for 95 quid on eBay. There's 165 quid on... That's not that bad. It's a good amount of fragrance for 165 when you look around and see the... when you look around and you see the other prices that it goes for, you know, that's retail. The X-Ray, on the other hand, is £415, which is an absolute fucking rip-off. 341 on a website called FRMODA from Moda. Don't pay that. Just don't pay that. It's 50 mil. 50 mil for the X-Ray de Parfum. As low as £17. Oh, that's 2 mil. No. So... what's this? You can get a sample of it at 2 mil for £17. What's the 100 mil? £414. You can stuff it up your arse for nothing and fuck off while you're doing it. That is absolutely scandalous. What are you doing? Feel free to celebrate openly, says Horace. Oh, Horace is back. Fanfare ensues, says a... Did you see your voice collab? No, I didn't. Another dog shit gourmand. Feel free to celebrate on a DJ needs heating, not you, DJ, the beeswax. It's a pretty formal frag, 100 mil is all I'm going to say, so I'm happy with what I've got. I shall not send pics of my wax, says Jura. I will not mind you bees. Yeah. I'm going to do it, I'm going to do those Isabelle Larignons. I don't know if has anybody smelled any of the Isabelle Larignons? There's a Milky Dragon. Rich, have you already tried the sample set from Anthology? No. Pass, maybe. No, I haven't. I don't think so. If it's not on a playlist on my channel, no, I haven't. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. I've just sprayed Vintage Cristal on my cheekbones. What a strange place to spray it. Like, did you spill any on your jowls or anything like that? I might wear Lumiere Noir. Oh, it's very much a night out fragrance, this. Smells very smart. You know? Smells very smart. But I might wear this as well. I'm thinking of doing a list. There's a stout drink called Milky Dragon. Maybe that's what it's named after. Shao, why do you ask about the anthologies? I'm thinking now, because I think I was sent... I want to say I was sent some... I think I was sent some anthologies, but I can't remember who by. Fantastic fragrances, top quality, interesting. Let's see. No, because I would have made a video about it and I've just searched and I haven't. Ibn Battuta. Did I really buy it? No. Jeweler's Anvil. It's kind of cool. A fragrance bros called Lumiere Noir Grandma's Hug. Interesting. Interesting. I watched an old Fragrance Bros video today. It was George from Fragrance Apprentice and Dava reviewing Body Chorus. I was listening to some Body Chorus. And it's the fragrance brand of Remy. I saw that you met Remy the other day. You went to the you went to Annecy, didn't you? Are you going to the Art and Olfaction Awards in Lisbon, Joe? I've heard rumours on the grapevine that you may be going. Remy, Demi, yes. Yes. Remy is better than Demi. Yes, it was immense. I went with Ricardo from Embassy. Oh, is he going to start the Les Indomptables? That'd be cool. Maybe I will try the I'll try the anthology. I ordered those I ordered that sample set that that they do, not anthology, but they used. Oh fuck me! If Jonathan's still here, he'll be able to help us. The oh god, what were they called? I've completely fucked it. Sorry. It's like another brand that Remy makes that they used to make. And they do little 50 mils, but they're quite expensive. No, they do 30 mils. They do 30 mils. I can't remember what they're called. Oh, I've just ordered the sample set. I'll have to go into my email and find out. Oh, it's arrived at the National Hub. My perfume has arrived at the National Hub, and it is being sorted right now. So hopefully I will get it either tomorrow or the day after. That'll be fun. Let me do something. Rich, I like your English, but I can't stand Remy's accent when he says here. That's interesting. He already has them a year or so, and not to brag, but bragging, I gave him their sample set. You have to try this. Well done, Joe. Making the perfume community better one perfume at a time. Well done. So I got a discovery set from Bistro de la Butte, and it says you bought one discovery set. And that is upsetting, because it doesn't tell me which one. Let me see. Nope. I paid €48. It's a lot of fucking sample set for €48. Let's go to Bistro de la Butte. Bistro de la Butte. Oh. I'm a big fan of Remy and Valerie, actually. I'm a big fan. I think they're great. I think they're good for perfume. Excuse me whilst I and they're good people as well. Livraison. I don't speak French. I really am terrible at speaking French. I can only apologise. Many legion apologies to the French for what I do to their language on a daily basis. Bacha, additions to Parfum, Les Abstraits, Dermatologica. Can I search? Can I go to your e-shop? Aha. You speak English anyway, so I don't have to translate you. What are they called? I swear to God. Our services, e-shop, perfumes from Les Indomables, price, bespoke. Oh, they do facial treatments and stuff like that. Oh, no way. I could probably do with something like that. Dry makeup? Day makeup, not dry makeup. Wedding makeup. 80 quid for a makeup for a wedding. I'd get them to do makeup for a wedding, absolutely. E-shop. Let's have a look at your e-shop. That's Les Indomables. Olfactive winter wardrobe, autumn wardrobe, perfume opus. Anthology de Grand Cru. So it is the anthologies. Oh, for crying out loud. That is ridiculous. I can't believe I've done that. Yes, Joe. It is. It's the anthologies. So it turns out we were talking about the same thing the whole time. That is absolutely silly, as I am wont to do. Okay, let me get back to the chat, because I've ignored the chat for 5 minutes, which is a terrible thing when you're live streaming. I'm not very good at this. You'd think I would be after 250 bloody streams, but here we are. Silver, what do you imagine she wears? He already has them a year or so. Yes. Not Remy, Demi. All right. Yeah. She says, yeah. Oris, the winner of the 2010 Eurovision. Les Moors. Roman says, I watched your first impressions video on the new look. It was fun. Have you tried to wear it more since it? Is it as boring as it appeared on first try? I have worn it. Do you know what it is? I feel ready to... Some perfumes, right, I have had for years and I don't feel ready to review them. And there are some perfumes I've had for weeks, days even, and I feel completely at peace with reviewing them. And New Look is one of those, right? I can safely say if I was to review that on Thursday... I'm thinking of doing a review on Thursday. I'm actually thinking of reviewing Body Chorus. I would... Do you know what it is? I feel I understand New Look as a perfume better than I understand Body Chorus. It's not great, that New Look by Kurt John. It's not great. It's really not great. It's boring. It's boring. And it's the type of thing that people who have had their expectations lowered to such a point that they would smell it one day and go, "Woo, that's interesting," because it's an overtly incense perfume. And there's not many of those around at the minute, because it's not, but there used to be, and there has been throughout time. And if you smell a perfume that's dried down many times and it's very complicated and it does things and it still surprises you after years, which a lot of my perfumes do, and a lot of different ones do as well, then you feel a little bit like, oh, I'm not sure I want to approach this on a review, because once you've reviewed it, it's reviewed and it's done. It's done forever. New Look, I feel like I could do that now. I've only had it for a couple of weeks. And I've worn it a few times. And like on my arm, not as a scent of the day. And I just feel like, I still feel like, do you know what it is? I feel like my first impressions could pass as a review. That's what I feel like. And it's a fucking shame, that, it's a real shame. Anyway. Yes. I don't know, Horace. I was mostly being silly, but I don't have much experience with the more feminine leading scents. L'Atelier Français de Matière. Yes. I was told that Rich had ordered that sample set. And I was like, Rich, Mitch? And they were like, oh, Rich. I said, outrageous. Did that really happen? Get in. It was Rich Mitch. It was Rich Mitch. I did order that sample set, and I'm going to try them when they get here. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of the philosophy on fragrance. I'm a big fan of the product, the stuff they make, like the end product. Don't get us wrong. I don't like all this stuff, but it's a question of taste. Like the Iris Poudre, I wanted to like it, but there's something in it that I don't like. And there's another Mousse Sable. I'm kind of like, there's a helicopter outside. I hope they're not coming to take me perfumes away. Didn't you hear that? Actually, that might be an aeroplane. I don't know what it was, but it was flying. It could be a huge bee. Iris Pearl, yes. Iris Pearl, not Iris Poudre. Well said. So yeah, some of the stuff I just don't like. It's just a matter of taste. But all the stuff that makes, like, in the best traditions of perfume, and it's fantastic. And I'm absolutely delighted and happy and at peace. I sleep peacefully every night, recommending to people that they try the sample set from Les Indemitables, because it's well worth the price, and then people can come to the conclusions they want to come to about the perfumes. And if they come to the conclusion that they're shit, I will fight them all day. And I'll sleep happily at night about that as well. Do you feel reformat? Yes, I feel heavily reformed myself. I feel reformulated hugely. You mean women, people who have had their expectations lowered? Perfume fans, but yes, women as well. New look smells like fresh urinal cake in a church toilet. Interesting. It's got that boring Kurdijan musk airy thing in the base that he does, which is just so terrible that it's just clapped now. It's absolutely played out and dead. I have Amber Stone and the Veta are both brilliant, says Jonathan. I've got a horrible feeling they're going to be great and I'm going to have to buy loads of them. Oh no. How terrible. Oops. Meant to ask if you think reformulations have drastically altered body chorus. Drastically? Not as... Put it like this. It's been reformulated. It has definitely been reformulated. And it's not as crisp or sharp as the old one. Excuse me. It's not as crisp, as pointed, as delicate, as... But you could say that about almost all perfumes which have been reformulated. If you want the perfumers and the brand's original vision, buy the original formulation. Now, that is not always possible, right? So you have to alter your expectations. That said, I had a newer formulation of the Body Chorus and loved it. And it's what made me buy the vintage. So if you can't get the vintage, if I couldn't get the vintage, right, I would still have the modern bottle and be happy with it. So you have to make the decision based on what you want to do and what you think's worth doing. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. It's good water. It's top water. I got some chips for me tea. Went to the chip shop and they were like, "Sorry, we haven't got any fish or anything. We've got some pies." And I was like, "Oh, go on then." So I had pie and chips for me tea from the chip shop. It's a really good quality chip shop in Newcastle called Fen and Fish Bar. Anyway, I went there after I went to my friend's house, saw the Ben, put the Ben to bed. The little man, good lad. And I was, what was I doing? I left and I was like, fuck it. I was like, I've got spaghetti bolognese at home, but that, like, the bolognese can, like, stay and, like, you can keep it overnight in the pan. So I'm doing that. I'll have that tomorrow. And I went to the fish and chip shop and it was closing. They were like, "Oh, sorry, we're not putting anything else in." And I was like, "Oh, that's all right." I was like, "You got any chips?" And they were like, "Yeah." I was like, I'll have, like, I've noticed they had a pie as well. So I was like, "I'll have pie and chips, go on." And the woman gave me basically all the chips that were left in the fucking thing. And I was like, what on earth is this? I was like, "Look how many chips that is." She was like, "Go on, don't say anything." I was like, "Say anything, I'll not be able to move after I've eaten all of them." So I ended up having a massive pie and chips for my tea. I almost went back to my friend's house and was like, "Yeah, have these." Couldn't eat all of them. Those two bergamot are my favourites, says Joe. It's boring and grabbo. Quality unmatched. I have Memoir Woman Duchamp. I need to try Bergamot 22, says Spaced Out. Yes, while we were having dinner, really, they said that. Amazing. It's a small world, isn't it? It's a small world. It's amazing that we have this internet thing. I'm old enough, I know Zhao will be old enough as well. When we were kids, there was none of this, which is amazing. I'm so glad that I live in a time where this is possible. It really is. For all the ills of technology and all the ills of the world and politics and wars and fucking everything, I'm really glad that we have perfume and the perfume community and the people in it. It's really good. And I'm really chuffed. I met some of the best people I've ever met through this. And I really appreciate it. You mean Iris Pearl? Keep your irises straight, mate. Oh, that's me told. I hope to find a scent from Renault's brand that doesn't bowl me, says DJ. Poor DJ. Doesn't Demodobler as the future? They're looking to ban linalool, and if they do, we're in serious trouble. We're in serious trouble if they ban linalool. Like, Yikes. It's in everything. It's in lavender, it's in rose, it's in everything. It's crazy how different the internet is now. It was all personal websites initially, says Nick. Yeah, I know. It's amazing the culture that's built up. Like, and do you know what it is? Like, the vast majority of the internet, not for me. Don't care. Politics stuff, I stay as far away from as I possibly can. News cycle stuff, like I dip in every once in a while just so I'm aware of like shit that's happening generally, but I try not to get too invested in it because it doesn't affect my life, and it will affect your life if you get too involved. So I just stick to the stuff that, because it's easy to get down, you know? It's easy to get down and bring yourself down. So I try and stick to the stuff that try and keeps me head above water. So, and this is this. Like, I've just felt like doing a stream tonight, and it was too late to start at the usual time, so I started at a later time, and here we are, having a good time. Excuse me. I sent the chopper. It's a fragrance buying intervention squad. They're just like they're going to rappel down from the chopper, kick the door in. What are you doing? Step away from the Balenciaga forearm. Iris Pearl was too yellow smelling to me. I tried to like it, but it's a decided no. There's something in it that I don't like about it. I quite like Chypre Azural. I'm thinking about buying all the Les Indemnidables perfumes, says Dushan. I'm thinking about backing up the ones that I really love. I really am. I'm scared. I'm scared of regulations. I'm scared for the future of perfume. Quite like Chypre Azural, says Horace. What Chypre? Best Chypre in my book. Understandable, better than more. I tried the oud fragrance to be launched later this year. It is interesting and different. Is it interesting and different, says Horace. Yeah, what's it like, Joe, if you're at liberty to say? It's crazy how different the internet is now. I have a decant of it. I don't think Joe is at liberty to say. When you say pie, do you mean like turkey pot pie or pumpkin pie, says Bobby? I don't know what either of those are. I mean mince pie. I start feeling tense after just 5 minutes of bloody politics on Twitter. Yeah, Elon's fucked that website forever, apparently. I know people who are ardent Twitter users, and they fucking hate him for what he's done to that website. He's definitely been got at. He's definitely like he's definitely had somebody whispering in his ear from a certain political standpoint, like, you know what I mean? And he's not very good at social stuff. He's Asperger's. His social skills aren't his strong point. You know, mind you, he is self-diagnosed as Asperger's. So somebody once said to me, Elon Musk once said, believe what you see, not what you hear. And they said it's ironic because all I ever hear is people saying Elon Musk's a genius, but all I ever see is him acting like a fucking prat. Oh, that's quite interesting. I don't trust him one bit. And it's not because of his political leanings. It's because he's a multi-billionaire. And nobody should have all that kind of power. No one person. I think there's not enough plurality in the world at the minute. I would much prefer to see the money spread a lot more thinly amongst more people. I don't think it's necessarily I think it's just equitable. You know, I would much prefer to see more people with more of their own money and more evenly spread, because I think it makes everybody stronger. And I don't mean in a socialist kind of way. It's not that I don't necessarily mean in a socialist kind of way. I mean in like in a capitalism kind of way. You know, you can't have capitalism if people don't have capital. And there's far too many people who don't have capital now. and they don't have anything of their own. You know what I mean? And all the wealth is concentrated in these fucking huge hedge funds and these huge companies which just hoover up huge amounts of fucking capital and just sit on it and do nothing with it. They just hoard it. You know what I mean? But then I'm not claiming to have the answers or anything like that. I just say I would like to see more people have more money, rather than fewer people have more money, if that makes sense. I don't talk about politics, but let me give you a lecture on politics for 5 minutes right now. Yes, I am guilty of that. Absolutely, I am. It's fucking terrible, and I really don't like it when I get onto it like that. This is the reason that I don't fucking watch all these politics things, because it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's just I don't like me. I don't like hearing myself talk about it because I complain bitterly. You know what I mean? Social fucking problems, economic problems. But I absolutely do fucking make a massive hypocrite of myself when I stop talking about it. I don't deny it one bit. It's a proper pain in the arse. Bloody stupid. I don't like the whole billionaire class thing. I just don't like it. It's just I don't like Bill Gates. I've never liked Bill Gates. He's another person with too much power. What's the other one? Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg. I don't want these people to have that much fucking power over us. The people who own Google, fuck them as well. YouTube, they can go for a swim. Not a pleasant swim, you know. Just fucking misery, like. Just sit here and talk about perfume instead. I wonder what perfumes they were. Say again, Bill Gates. I don't like Bill Gates. Oh no. Scent of the day is Geranium Vetiver by Raskine. Creed's Geranium Vetiver. It is nice, that, actually. Tour de Hermes Apple with Creedard, says Frank. Welcome, Frank. Can't say much, but it's a brilliant fragrance with a fantastic use of oud. So it's not combined with rose. It's not combined with saffron. Is it just... I was at the McDonald's drive-thru and all 3 cars in line were luxury exotic, says Frank. Exotic, eh? Were they naked cars? Were they semi-naked cars? I avoid it like the plague. Classic duck. For sure, politics truly will turn many into shit-slinging knuckle draggers at the flip of a hat. Yes, including myself. I don't doubt it. I don't have any political fucking... I don't have any sort of, like, political affiliations. Like, it's very strange. British politics is very weird as well because we've got the whole ingrained fucking class system in our politics where you have the land. We still have a landed gentry in this country. We have vested interests who call themselves conservatives, but they're nothing like what Americans would call conservatives. What they're conservatives in that the conservatives in this country are basically a gang of people who look out for each other and try and hoard as much money from the public purse as possible and try and keep their power and status and wealth, which has existed for nearly 1,000 years. They're not what Americans would call conservatives. They're not small state. They're not small state. They're not low tax. They're not leave you alone type of thing. They are using the power of the state to maintain and keep their own stuff. That's what the conservatives... I don't call them conservatives, I call them Tories because that's what they are. They're Tories. They're a gang of fucking allegedly right-wing, but they're not right-wing. They're not even centre-right. They're a gang of wankers. Anyway, bollocks. Problems everywhere, absolutely. I was at the McDonald's drive, I read that, when it said Bill Gates creeps me the fuck out. Yeah, fuck him. If you guys knew my politics, 98% of you wouldn't talk to me, probably, says Oris. I think that's true of everybody, fucking absolutely. I think that's true of everybody, to be honest with you. Absolutely, I don't think. And Silver Panther says, 98% leave me the fuck alone. Yeah. Yeah. You see, like everybody, the politics is a spectrum, and everybody fits somewhere on the spectrum, but no two people overlap 100%. You know what I mean? It's really weird. You can only see patterns in human beings when you step back from them. When you get up close to human beings and stuff, you realize that you're like, I don't understand anything about other people, you know? Balenciaga poor arm searchers, we don't like Rich for having all this bottles of masterpiece, too much power on his neck. Yes, they're out to get me. He's a neo-Nazis. The fucking the political spectrum's been fucking just. That is definitely a chopper. That is definitely a chopper. It's out to get me, friends. They've come for my Balenciaga poor hom at last. One was an Audi R8, a Lexus RC, and my Benz, says Frank. Get to the chopper, says Dushan. Look out, people. No, it doesn't have any of that. It will be divisive release, though, says Scented Moments. Interesting. I'll get a sample of it when it comes out, absolutely. My politics, don't be a weirdo and we will get along. Yes, don't be fucking silly. Don't be an unpleasant wanker. You know what I mean? Be pragmatic. Live and let live. And I think that goes both ways as well, because a lot of people are like, you have to let me live, but I'm going to tell you what to do or what you not to do. Right? Which is just the height of hypocrisy. Oh, fucking hell. I just wish everything would fucking calm down again, do you know what I mean? If it was ever calm. I think the internet's a big problem as well, because unpalatable people and unpalatable points of view are beamed into your eyes now through the medium of the internet, and which leads us back to saying before. That's why I don't fucking engage with half of it. Like, I like to talk about perfume. Because you get loads of people here. You get the broader spectrum of people who are massive fans of perfume, and everybody gets on, and then the merest whiff of politics, and it just shatters like a window, and it's really sad, and it's upsetting, and it's fucking ridiculous. And I break my own fucking rule about talking about politics multiple times a stream. And it just does me tit in. Billionaires, ooh, brother, ooh. There are some people who invent stuff, right? There are some people who invent stuff, and they make a lot of money for doing that, and I admire people like that. And they have great ideas. No doubt Elon Musk's had some great ideas in his life and definitely deserves the fruits of his fucking thing. But I just think he's at the point now where he's wielding so much power, you know, where he's doing so much shit that has effects on people that they don't necessarily want them to have, that it feels a bit like Elon Musk is Big Brother, you know? Like, I've said this loads of times that I thought everybody always thought communism would come in from the government, but I think it would always come in through these fucking massive corporations, these massive... Because look at Instagram and Facebook, they harvest you for your information, You know what I mean? I'm going to have to go and see what the fuck is going on outside. Give us 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Ow. Yeah, it's a helicopter. It's out looking for someone. Someone has been a bad lad or a bad girl, and they are being chased by a helicopter. So it's got its its beam on as well. I will never sell my bottles of Balenciaga Pour Homme. One of the last to go. Hopefully I get buried with them, says Frank. Common sense. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anybody who's just pragmatic and common sense. The freedom is when people don't have to do what they want. Bobby, you will come on. Yeah, exactly. It's not reciprocal, says Nick. Maybe Eugene will send it to you. Send me what? The Balenciaga Pour Homme social distribution program. Fuck it. Get your hands off my Balenciaga Pour Homme. Fucking communists. The fuck out of here. People don't get upset. People get upset you don't want to wank in their direction when you just don't want to wank at all, says DJ. Wanker, what a great term. Certainly is. Thanks, Bobby. Rich says I can't buy it, says Horace. No, not allowed. No more. Not this year. You promised. And I said you would not stick to it. And now you are at the stage of bargaining in your stage of grief. We're at bargaining, are we? Wanker, what a great team. New Zealand, the Nordic countries, Japan, the few bastions of peace and serenity where I would wish I was from if given a choice, says Frank. Silver Panther says, every app, website, mailing list, everything online harvests your information. People choose to use these things without care of their information being used or click agree to terms. Well, the thing is that you can't use them without clicking agree to terms. You know, there's very rarely an opt-out, especially with stuff like Facebook, Instagram. I'm sure, what's it called, Twitter. I don't have a vested interest in Twitter. But I'm sure he uses your fucking information as well because it's the new currency, you know? The thing is that you can't use these things without that. And I'm sure almost everybody who uses them would prefer their information if they truly understood. I agree with you. People click to agree to terms. Absolutely they do. But that's only because the alternative is that you can't use it without that, which means you will miss out, which means you are being controlled socially. It's a soft power. It's a soft social control. Why can't these brands just not use your information? Because it's the new currency. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. That's why I don't have them. I've got YouTube, and I don't like the fact that I have to use I have to click agree to terms on that, and they're obviously fucking harvesting me data and following us around. I've got a new car. I got a new car, right? And that car, every time I get in it, right, depending on what time of the day it is, every time I turn it on, it will say, do you want to go to this place that you went to last time you were there in the last day? That's following me around. That's Big Brother. That's fucking Big Brother, and it's under the guise of being friendly to you. What happens when it decides not to be friendly to you? There's no privacy, and you can't turn it off either. It's outrageous. It's outrageous. Don't use that product. Don't have a choice. Either that or don't have a car. Upsetting. Aha, I miss Portugal, of course, but Lithuania is such a cosy, safe place. Can't complain, really, says Joe. Happy days. I'm glad your move has gone well for you. Someone said they want to send me to the Bronx. I think that's an insult, right, says DJ. I don't know, to be honest. However, I will return to Portugal for a couple of months from mid-May. Nice. Lopstick rose, powdery rose. Doesn't work for me, but smells wonderful. Happy for you, Joe. Yeah, I'm happy for Joe. Rich has not muted himself. I am here. Can you hear me? Stop that, Nick. I have not muted myself. I am here. Hear my words. Feminist legal theorists have long pointed out that contracts are coercive and in favour of the person writing the contract. I muted the tab, says Nick Burke. Based on their analysis of marriage. I don't know what it's like in America, but I know a lot of it's based on British law, and British laws, a lot of it is based on, like, I mean, it's going back thousands of years, and it's like women have to change their name, and a lot of like the stuff, like the woman being a piece of property, and it's a contract between the father and the husband, you know, like dowries and stuff, all that kind of thing. And that's where the term of like if you look at like the ye olde definition of rape, was the stealing and breaking of another man's property, and it was nothing to do with the woman. It's like, if you read about it and think about it, I wouldn't like to have been treated like that. You know, if it was the other way around, I'd be like, ugh, I don't like that at all. You know? How democratic is the pond? Rich, tell us about duck politics. Violence. Morning drawn by sense on Halls and just woke up. Just gone 7 a.m. Good morning. I recommend the Book of Sexual Contract, Leroy Frank. No, it's not too bad, Dushan. The worst is definitely past. Dushan, I was like, for fuck's sake, what the fuck has he gone and done now? Yieldy definition of rape. Yeah, if you read about it, it's not great. What time is it? Rule of thumb, says Baboosh. And with that, my friends, I'm off. I'm sick of breaking my old fucking rules of fucking not talking about politics. I really wish I wouldn't. Oh, there's that bottle of vintage Yattigan I was talking about. Who was talking about Yattigan earlier? I will show you. Oh, there you go. That is a vintage bottle of Yattigan. It's a spicy, potent little number. Struggle with it. But anyway, no, you don't put mustard on fucking mince pies. That's outrageous, Bob. Stop being gross. Anyway, I'm off. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Thank you for liking and commenting, keeping me company and listening to me talk shit about bloody politics and crap like that. I do apologise. And I hope I will see you all again soon. Good night.